Okay, we're going to start with a statement from the coach, and then we'll start with questions for either Kadary or RJ.
Well, we're obviously a very intelligent but gritty team where we don't rattle when we're down. We did something tonight that we don't normally do. We went to full court pressure just about the entire game. We felt it could take the legs out of their shooting. We felt it could take time off the clock because they run so many great sets. We just wanted to really get after it in a full court situation. Our out of bounds play at the end was a counter. 5 down, and Reggie, got to give a lot of credit to I let my assistant coach Bob Walsh call the out of bounds plays. He came up with a beautiful 5 down counter, and he had the right guy shooting the ball. Reggie never met a shot he didn't like, and there was no doubt in my mind he was going to make the shot. I was 100% sure he would make the shot. Then Kadary made some great plays down the stretch, made the free throws. It's a big-time win for us. Awesome crowd, very difficult to go against that type of crowd, but this is a veteran team. Cooks is as good as it gets. He's been around a long time. He's going on 42 next week, so it doesn't get any better than Cooks, and there's no better scorer, I think, in the Big East than RJ. So really proud of the guys.
Any questions? Yeah, for the players first.
RJ, can you just take us through that moment where the shot goes in, and basically the entire building kind of starts to empty out, and you quiet the crowd? When seeing that shot go in, how it feel like?
I mean, first and foremost, gotta give the glory to God for allowing me to be here. Like Coach Pitino said, shout out Coach Bob. He's the one who drew it up, and he trusted that I can make the shot. And it was just straight adrenaline. I knew I made the shot, but the game wasn't over to the buzzer sound. So I mean, it feels great, and I'm glad Coach Bob, like I said, drew that play up for me. And we came out swinging. We came out fighting hard like we always do. This is a very, very gritty team. All the guys want to win. We're very hungry, and we're just taking it day by day. And it was a great road win.
Kadary, when UConn starts the game with that sort of big run and they got a 14-point lead, what are you guys saying to each other? What is Coach Pitino saying to you guys?
We've been down before, down big, and we always find a way to fight back. We were doing some uncharacteristic things, but we settled down and was able to come back and get a big win in a tough place to play.
Kadary, why does this team always battle back when you dig big holes like you did tonight?
Just refusing to lose and having the will to win, and just knowing that we're one of the best teams out here, and we're going to keep working and being humble and being who we are.
Kadary, what changed for you at the half? You were scoreless in the first half. You had all your points in the second half and played right down the stretch. What kind of shifted for you there?
There's 2 halves. I didn't see it go in the first half. Just knowing that I'm a good player and my teammates trusted me, coaches trusted me, and that I'm going to get it going eventually, so I wasn't too worried.
RJ, can you talk a little bit about the pressure that you were putting on UConn in terms of getting the ball in the bounds?
I like to press. I like to, get up in the man's chest. I think, Coach P should allow us to press a little bit more. I think we got the great guys to do it. We're long, athletic, and fast. And it was just really to speed up the tempo, because if you guys see, they don't play as fast as us. So we were just trying to get them to speed up and get them to mess up on their offensive sets.
RJ, how would you describe the kind of defense that you guys play late in the game when the other team is trying to make something happen?
I think we look at the ball as food. We're just trying to take it. I mean, like I said, I feel like we're a bunch of dogs. We play hard, and I feel like we just wanted more than them.
RJ, we've heard a lot this season about this team's will to win. Well, where does that come from? Who instills that in you guys?
The will to win? I mean, I think everybody brings it, but I mean, just to see, Coach Pitino where he's at in his life, he's still young, but just the fire that he brings, and the fire that he brings, not only Coach Pitino but the whole coaching staff, they really care about us. They're really genuine. They want to see us do good. So when you got people like that around you that want to push you every day, you want to push back, and I feel like all the guys, they do that very well.
We'll take one more, Zach.
RJ, you you guys, there was this question of how good this team is going into this week. You beat Marquette, you beat UConn. What kind of message did you think you guys sent to people who maybe didn't quite take you guys seriously before this week?
We're a pretty good team, and we're gonna get ready for Villanova and Creighton.
Thanks, RJ. Thanks, Kadary. Any questions for Coach?
Rick, what do you think you guys showed people maybe weren't that familiar with you before this week?
I don't know, Zach. We're the 11th ranked team in the country. I don't think we have to show anybody. You keep saying that, but I don't understand it. We're highly ranked. We're number one in the Big East. I don't know why we have to show anything. We play great basketball. We're out to win a game, not to show people how good we are. We're out to just get a W. We're 11th or 12th ranked team in the country. So I don't think there's any doubters. I've never heard one person doubt. Anybody here doubt us? So here, you got the best media in the world here. They're not doubting us.
Rick, when it was 16, I think the rebounding early was 16-3 at one point. What did you see kind of early from whatever you want to call it? One.
Yeah, what happens when this team shoots a lot of threes, and there's a lot of long rebounds that you have to chase. The rebounds are not going to fall in the arc and in the lane. They're long rebounds, and they got a lot of long rebounds on us. But I felt that the full court press really bailed us out tonight. It gave us great momentum. It picked up the half court. We're in fabulous shape because we didn't play our bench much tonight. We're in great physical shape, and I think they made a lot of great plays down the stretch.
Rick, for your liking, these last two wins, do you consider one or the other the greater accomplishment?
I think it's a very tough place to play.
Here.
Yeah, it's an on-campus hostile arena that they don't lose too many games here. They're a very well-coached, well-drilled team. They shoot it great. So it's a great win. It's a little tougher to win on the road than it is at home, but we've been road warriors the entire season. Having a hell of a year, and we just got to keep it up. I showed them tonight of a great Olympic race, and I said, I stopped it before the end of the race, and then I showed them the ending. I said, we're just about 70% of this race. So don't read anything about yourselves. Don't hug yourselves. Be humble. Just keep on working at your defense. Our defense was once again spectacular. And we have my coaching staff. We are team coaches, just like Bob with that play. Every single game, this was Talik's scout. One guy has the out-of-bounds plays, the other guy has the offense, the other guy has the defense. And we do this as a team. I have a great coaching staff. I don't think if I didn't have Stevie Mass, I don't think I would want to coach for a long time. But I've known him since he's been my ball boy with the New York Knicks. I know when I'm doing something, he's got my back exactly the way I want it done. He's a true treasure to have. And the rest of my staff is awesome. Not enough times the assistant coaches get enough credit, but I've got 4 or 5 guys who would make great head coaches. Great head coach. Bob was a head coach at school in Rhode Island. He was head coach at Maine. Got great experience. Stevie Mass, years and years at Manhattan. Ricky Johnson, Talika, guys on the rise. Van Maken's with us with a lot of experience, just coming back from. So I've got an awesome staff, awesome training staff, strange. I put together a great staff, and that's been the key to my whole career. The only time it didn't go well is when I hired the wrong staff. But I've hired great staff. I've had over 30 head coaches that were assistants. 30. I had a female coach, Bernadette Locke, who became a head coach. First one to sit on the bench. So if I want to give myself a pat on the back, I've hired great people, fabulous people. And this staff is absolutely fabulous.
Coach, what were your
Matt,
impressions?
let's go to Matt first. Back.
If you could just expound on the press, was this part of the scout? You were down 26-12. Did you decide to make the move there with the police call? And then just for some reference and context, tonight, Rick, versus every game leading up to it, like how much more did you deploy here versus any other time of the season before tonight?
The press, you mean?
Yeah.
I felt they were shooting the ball too well, and I felt what the press has done for me for 40 years has worn people out legs-wise where they don't shoot the ball as well. It's always been the gift that my teams have had, if we can wear out their legs, they won't shoot it as well. But they were coming at us, and they were getting too many easy shots. So I felt the full court press would take a little starch out of their shots, take a little time in the backcourt, make us ultra aggressive. We pressed more tonight than we normally have, but that's because of what they were doing to us offensively early on.
Coach, what were your impressions of Liam McNeely?
I think he's a lottery pick. I think he's a great player. I think coming off an injury, a high ankle sprain is difficult, but he makes free throws, makes threes, puts it on the deck. He's a triple threat basketball player. I love him as a basketball player. I think he's great.
Greg, what did you do better on solo ball after those first 5 or 10 minutes?
Well, again, I felt the full court pressure, 90 feet. We were able to get after them more and take some of their cuts away that weren't as sharp. But, you've got to change. Sometimes you go into a game with a mindset of how you're going to play defense, and it totally changes. I have a team being honored tomorrow, 2005 Final Four team, a 20-year reunion that we're playing in New Mexico. We're playing West Virginia. They made 11 threes at halftime against our matchup zone. We didn't play any man that year, and at halftime we had to make total change. We moved all the chairs, played man-to-man against a Princeton offense and won in overtime. So sometimes your game plan just goes out the window because the other team tears it apart.
Rick, you talked about the players, you talked about the will to win for this team. Just how impressed are you that they have it every single night, even when you get double-digit deficits?
I think the biggest weakness you have covering us is you don't give credit for runs. We're not good enough to just dominate people from the start. There's runs in basketball, more so in pro basketball than college, but there's runs. They were on a great run early on. We made the adjustments. We went on a run. But you guys always think that you don't allow the other team. This is a two-time national champion in their building. They're going to come out like that, and they're playing against the first-place team in the league. So the crowd's going to be fired up. They're going to be fired up. They're going to execute. They have about 65 different plays. That's not easy to prepare for. We only had 2 days prep. They had 5-6 days prep. I was worried about that more than anything else. Just beating Marquette with 2 days prep, it's not easy to do against a team like Connecticut.
You lost a couple close games to them last year. Is this the best team you've had against them, and how much are they not what?
This is the best defensive team. My team at the end of the year was a hell of an offensive basketball team. Really, really great team. And we played great. We beat Creighton in the Garden. We beat Seton Hall. We were playing great basketball. Unfortunately, we didn't play great, so we're going to put a stop to that early in the year. And we're playing great basketball right now, but our defense is one of the best in the country. We're getting better offensively. I still need Sim to shoot more threes, because I think every one that he takes has the potential to go in. So I'm happy with everybody. Their defensive focus and everything they did tonight was outstanding.
Take two more right here in the front, and then Zach.
Coach, can you talk about the composure your team had? You came into a hostile environment and you took care of the ball. You had very few turnovers. Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, I think going into the game we said we have to turn them over, and we have to keep our turnovers under 10. We've got to keep our turnovers under 10, and we did a fabulous job of that. Sometimes I pick up the stat sheet. I like to take Marquette. They're shooting 55% from the field, 50% from the three. We're shooting in the 30s with down 1. So this team has a unique ability to create possessions. And down the stretch, they're a tough team to beat. Kadary, you saw all the deflections he was getting down the stretch. RJ's making the offensive plays. Kadary making the plays. So we've done a great job defensively of coming together each and every game. We know that's our common denominator, and I'm proud of this. This was a hell of a win for us. Marquette was a hell of a win. Now we got to go to Villanova and play it. We don't, I think the thing that's great about this team, we take nothing for granted. I think humility, we've said this word more than what's in the Bible. We've said it over 3,000 times. Humility is the key to greatness. Humility is the key to greatness. If we keep staying humble, it makes us hungry. We don't take anybody for granted. We know how good these coaches are. We know how good these teams are. And we got great respect for everybody we play.
Zach? last one.
Rick, you know, in November, I would have told you 21-3 and 12-1 in the Big East. What would you have said? I mean, are you surprised?
I would have said, how the fuck did we lose that one game? Look, I'm proud of the guys. I have the staff top to bottom. I have the president. I have the AD. I have the associate ADs. I got everybody from St. John's is behind us. Bill Janicek is here, the chairman of the board. Him and Father Shanley hired me personally, came to my house, which I'm very thankful of. So we got everybody on board for St. John's. We are putting it all together, putting the garden together with the fans, student body. This is a total team effort, and we got a great team right now. So I'm proud of everybody, top to bottom. The leadership at the university has been great, from Father to Joe to Ed. We got it going right now, and we're not going to let it slide one bit. Thank you all very much.